everybody getting rest. Yes. You've got to get sleep. You can't stay up at night. If you're tired, tell them go to bed. We've still got another week, so we still need to be on top of it. Today is probably your biggest performance, so I need to see smiles, not deadness. Yesterday, a few times. When I know the space, then I can do the program. I can't do the program until I know what the space is and the terrain. But I know we won't do rapper or pipes. We just won't be doing those. Questions? Concerns? Problems? Yes.
Yes, we have to talk to you later. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very serious.
Okay.
We're past the point.
What? Post gifts tonight is fine. When you get home or tomorrow morning, that's fine. Anything else? Oh, tomorrow at the rail station, you will switch over to people who haven't been carrying the second item to carrying the second item.
We're halfway through.
Yeah.
Brittany.
And I still have the piano.
Does anybody have their packet with all their stuff? I do.
Really, Nicholas?
He's kind of our...
You're gonna be on the stage?
That's right. We're American.
But they have ice cream. Yes, they do. No, we're not punished. Just documented. If anything, it shows your dedication to this group, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
that's what I see.
And you need to get it in there that way.
Absolutely.
They sang earlier and I got there just as they stopped.
I think if we're whatever sound we understand.
Well, they've got things going on everywhere, I guess.
Okay, I need to figure out.
When we gather here in the hills to celebrate the friendship between the United States and Denmark, we also confirm the important signal of our shared values in life. And we must not forget that the American Constitution is the oldest existing, written in 1776, almost 100 years before the Danish Constitution of 1849. The most important and quite simple message of both constitutions are freedom, equality, and democracy, shared values, certainly.
In Denmark, thousands of people gathered here at the historic Rebild National Park on this very day. The 4th of July is an opportunity for Danes and Danish Americans to celebrate the warm and enduring bonds between our peoples. Denmark and the United States share basic values and interests, and as nations, we are willing to stand up and defend ideals that we hold to be true, even when it comes at a price. I'm here, my fellow Danes and my fellow Americans, as a very proud Danish American. Someone whose ties to this nation, as you've heard, run wide and deep. My father, as you heard, was an immigrant from Denmark. He came to the United States in 1934 at the age of 32. He began a new life in America, but never forgot his Danish home. Our nation's bond isn't just an historical fact for me. For me, it has always been very personal. That's why it meant so much to me to be able to meet Her Majesty the Queen at her residence 2 years ago, and why I was so proud to welcome her to the United States of America and to the Capitol this spring. The friendship between our two nations dates back 220 years to 1791. Our first friendship has outlived presidents, kings, governments, and parties. But through those more than 2 centuries, some unchanging things have stood the test of time. Our nation's strong bond and deepest shared values have endured, as your Prime Minister so aptly observed. The same day on which Hitler first took power in Germany, Denmark's leaders came together to chart a different course. It was facing the same economic crisis that confronted the rest of the world. But instead of choosing the path of radical nationalism, its leaders created public works programs to put the unemployed to work and a comprehensive system of social insurance to care for Danes in need. Denmark has always stood as a bright symbol of the value of tolerance. We all know this story, but it bears retelling, particularly by an American. You stood by your neighbors, and you saved almost all of them from the Nazi extermination machine. And that is why, in Jerusalem, at Yad Vashem, the Jewish memorial to the Holocaust, one nation in the world has a tree planted on the avenue of the just and righteous, and it is Denmark. There is, of course, also the value of foresight. Just as we faced depression together in the 1930s, we faced an oil crisis together in the 1970s. Denmark used that crisis to build the foundation of an energy independence that is paying off today. For 3 decades, while its GDP has doubled, its energy consumption has remained unchanged. What a proud policy you have pursued. A lesson for all the world. Now your nation has launched a bold plan to achieve complete freedom from fossil fuels by 2050, one unparalleled anywhere else in the world. I am proud to live in a nation where I can call myself both Danish and American. As long as it has existed, America has been a nation of immigrants, a nation that has drawn ambition and talent and dreams from every corner of the earth. We are richer in America for our heritage as a nation of immigrants, and richer because our immigrant families, even as they became Americans, did not forget their roots. I haven't forgotten, and I am always proud to tell everyone that I meet that I am Danish American. Here's to over 2 centuries of friendship, to the values of the people who have built it over the generations, and to 2 centuries more.
I've got, yes, this Finn.
Hi, my Kentucky friend.
Yes.
Stunning. Jim.
Yeah.
Teresa Lauer.
Teresa, where are you from?
Berea,
Kentucky?
Berea, south
Berea.
of Lexington.
Sure. Yeah, I know where Berea is.
Oh, they did, really? Have you heard of Berea College?
Yes.
If you'll come and
Okay,
say
so
hello to the...
Hi.
I want to shake your hand. Musicians.
Hi.
Hi.
You were terrific. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. Good. Nice to see you. Good. Now, where are you? You're not all from Berea.
Yes.
Oh, you're all from Berea?
We're high school.
Oh, high school.
We have a strong Danish-American exchange in Berea.
Wonderful. That's terrific. Gee whiz, I have to tell Hal Rogers that he needs to pay attention to Denmark.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, what grade are you guys in? All different? They all go to, is it Berea High School?
We're the Berea community. We're about 4 different high schools and a homeschool contingent. Yeah. And most of them are 15 to 18.
Okay, thank you very much. You guys were terrific, and thanks for visiting. And I don't know whether you heard my speech or not, but
It was good.
Yes.
Denmark is, I told all my friends here, Denmark is clearly unsurpassed as a friend and ally of the United States of America, but more importantly than that, on the values that we both share. It's not that Denmark is for the United States and the United States for Denmark. We are, but it is that we share the same values that you heard the Prime Minister Rasmussen talk about, although like me, you probably didn't understand most of what he was saying, which is why I could agree with everything that I heard. But thank you very much for visiting here, and you guys are terrific, and study hard, right? And I'll see the Taylors and the rest of you. Bye-bye.
Hi. Thank you.
We know you're short of time, and we certainly do not expect you to walk the points. But maybe next time you come, you'll have a bit more time so that you can walk just a few kilometers. Read about all the historical places on the way.
Oh, you want to announce what you're doing? This is The Microwave by Ian, by Jan. I know.
Do you start from? No, do you start from?
What about the oven?
What, the oven?
This is the oven.
The oven's pretty easy.